I will be presenting some data, some of our experience, especially on the so-called window of opportunity trials, the WOP trials. These are basically the pre-surgical phase 2 trials with various compounds. We have been actually some of the early pioneers worldwide of this approach, which is very intelligent to me because alongside with the large cohort, very huge phase 3 trials, which have been absolutely essential to go on with our evidence of the prevention, the preventive effect of various compounds and drugs. There's also this parallel approach of smaller, sometimes much smaller phase 2 trials, which has no clinical endpoint actually, but rather a biological endpoint. They are surrogate endpoint biomarkers trials, basically. And we have been doing a lot of experience on these kind of trials. We've been studying from SERMs like tamoxifen to aromatase inhibitors to TKIA, tyrosine kinase inhibitors, to metformin, and also more recently to natural compounds of natural origin like vegetables. For example, green tea derivatives and psilocybin, which is a derivative of an extract of Cardium marianum, which is a plant. And so all these various experiences through the last approximately 15 years as rising in a lot of experience and data on the effect of all these drugs. And this kind of approach, this clinical research experiments are from a certain point of view very difficult to perform because they certainly need a multidisciplinary approach, a very good synchronicity between the clinicians, the labs, and the data manager, and all the staff. But at the same time, they give the opportunity to study various, pharmacological and clinical and biological aspects of the effects of some drugs in a relatively short period of time, most of the time for 3 to 6 weeks before primary surgery. And this may extend to various organs, gynecological surgery or colorectal cancer, removal of polyps, and breast cancer patients too. Well, this is one of the most crucial aspects. We must confess that we don't have at the moment the perfect biomarkers, of course. And again, one of the endpoint of this study is to try and find more surrogate biomarkers that can be useful for the clinical endpoints, for the clinical application. As a matter of fact, one of the most important and applied is Ki-67, cancer cell proliferation, is mostly the one which is used in our presurgical studies, at least in breast cancer studies. And this one in particular has been proven to be important because if you reduce Ki-67 cancer cell proliferation before primary surgery, this may reflect a long time effect after the surgery in the long time. So in practice, a prognostic effect indeed. It is difficult because there are quite a number of barriers against prevention, as said. And I think that these rigorous methods of study, like the WOP trials or the other trials, may reinforce the evidence that clinical prevention, so the clinical approach to prevention can be ultimately done. And so get more people be, more optimistic, more, feeling that can be done ultimately. And so I think that this approach from, cancer prevention specialists and all the other doctors and all the other colleagues, including the GPs, can be, increased when you perform all these studies all together, in network especially.